Another reason that a lot of us are finding ourselves going solo, whether in terms of not being in a relationship or just not having a social group or just kind of being much more isolated recently. I think we're getting the opportunity, we're being invited to become entirely unique individuals. Not that everyone isn't already an entirely unique individual, but I think this is another level that we are being given the opportunity to step into. So much of who each of us is relational. I am the product of my upbringing, the society that I live in, the people that I've been surrounded with, the culture and religion that I was brought up in. And in ways good and bad, they have shaped me. They have shaped all of us. And many of the ways in which they've shaped us have been not only beyond our control, but beyond our conscious awareness. That's a problem. We need to become consciously aware of aspects of ourselves that remain hidden to us. Because if they stay hidden, they become shadow aspects that really should be integrated into our personalities for our benefit, to help us operate here in this realm. But no, we are hidden from ourselves because we did not grow ourselves intentionally. Let's say we were grown, perhaps intentionally, but not necessarily for our best interests. And this helped to cloud our perceptions of ourselves and the world, and who we could be, who we might want to be. If we don't know all the options, how could we choose? How could it be a choice? How could it be freedom when it's limited? It's not a choice if you don't know what's available. It's trickery. If you don't know the full meaning, if you don't know the intention, if you don't know the why, and you're given choices, they're limited. It's just another facade of free choice, another facade of freedom. But a facade it remains. And we know this, we're seeing this. And that's what I think is one of the benefits of this time. Now that we know this, now that we're seeing this, now that many of us are hidden away in isolation, in some other fashion, more solo than we used to be, we have an opportunity to form ourselves uniquely, entirely uniquely with whatever we can access. We can discern and select. We can seek. We can look up, down, side to side. We can look into our past. We can go into ancient scriptures. We can imagine what might be, what could be. And all of these things we can collect and collate and form and pick and choose the best, the connoisseur of the frequencies and everything in between. And choose and say yes to things that we couldn't say yes to before because we didn't know that it was an option. Now we do. And in our isolation, we have less relational interference, less of a need to fit in, less of a need to comply, less of a need to be who I am in relation to who others are. A new shape, a new form, a new sound, completely different from any other. And not in a superficial way. We're always given the superficial options, the superficial opportunities to be highly unique. Like fashion, it's always material, it's always performative. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of unique changes, like a craftsman, developing and forming those aspects of yourself that nobody can see. It would take one that can recognize, to feel, and to sense. But on the surface, you may appear as boring as the next, or maybe not. But this is the opportunity. This is the value, this is the gift. In the solo, silent solitude, to sing a new song, slowly, or with staccato, sharp, shrilling. It's up to you. That's the whole point. It's up to you. You are the creator. You can break yourself. Destroy to create. Destroy what you were made into if you choose. Made into outside of your free will, made into when you didn't know what the options were. Made into under false premises, guilted into, shamed into, obligated into, made to fear in relation to. We were never all the same, regardless of what was done. We never were. All the programming, all of the fitting of square pegs into round holes. We've never all been the same. We've just been less unique than we might have been. And now is our opportunity to lean in, should we choose to. What is my preference? What is my standard? What are my ethics? We were never taught to be. We were taught to do. We never taught that we could craft ourselves at the deepest level. The superficial options that we were given. Oh, you can be anything when you grow up. Bitch, please. You know what I'm talking about. A perceived level of freedom. And when you get there, then you wonder, who the hell's buying this crap? How have people been buying this crap? But anyway, we've been under duress. And now, as we wake, in small and large ways, we can be entirely unique, entirely ourselves. Will you choose that?